Hi guys, Todd here, and today I'm going to be doing the fifth episode of Todd Talks. This is episode 5, and this time I'm not alone. I brought my little sister, Tilly. You can call, you can call me either Matilda or Tilly, I don't mind. Yeah, my little sister is here in this episode today, and in case you're wondering, in this episode I'm going to be talking about my top 10 most favorite books. My favorite books of all time, basically. Yeah, this is gonna be so exciting. I can't wait to see what your favorite books are. Sister, you probably know what my favorite books are, but whatever. So, let's get on to the countdown, shall we? In 10th place, we have The Spiderwick Chronicles. Now, in case you're wondering, this is actually the first book in the Spiderwick Chronicles. There's actually 4 other books. But I think the first one's probably my favorite, in my opinion, because I think it sets up, like, it establishes the world building and it introduces the characters, and it does it in a very, fun kind of a way. I liked the setting of, like, the magic house and the mystery surrounding the book about the magical creatures. It was pretty fun, and the illustrations are also pretty good. If I can, I'll show you a couple of them. Uh, Let me see. Here's one. This is an illustration of one of the main characters. Obviously, I colored it in. No, I think it was actually my sister who colored it in. Yeah, I colored it in. Okay, this is one of the illustrations of one of the main characters. Her name is Mallory. And there's also 2 other main characters, Jared and Simon. I think that's their names. Yeah, but yeah, so the Spider Chronicles was then adapted into a movie in I think 2006 or something. I don't really remember. But yeah, it's a really good book full of fantasy. If you're into the fantasy mystery genre, this is a perfect book for you. It's full of magical creatures, and yeah, it's a pretty good book overall. In 9th place, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. As you can tell, this is probably the most popular Narnia book out there. It's the one I know the best, anyways. It's about 4 children who go into a wardrobe and they encounter this magical world full of magical creatures and stuff, and they have to save the world from this evil snow queen put it who has put it into an eternal winter. That kind of stuff. It's a really good book. It's full of fantasy, like I said. It's very similar to Spiderwick Chronicles in that it's another kind of fantasy book for kids. This is actually the second book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. The first one is actually The Magician's Nephew. But this is, like I said, this is probably without a doubt the most famous Narnia one. I don't think the others are as popular as this one. But yeah, it's a really good book for anyone who's into the fantasy genre. And just like Spiderwick Chronicles, it got a live action movie adaptation as well. In 8th place, we have Percy Jackson. As you can tell, this is the first book in the series. It's probably my personal favorite, but the other books are also really good as well. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, it tells the story of this boy named Percy Jackson. He's friends with, I think, like a centaur or something, and his father is basically Poseidon, the Greek god of the ocean, and basically the whole plot starts because of this whole thing of someone stealing the lightning bolt from Zeus, the god of thunder, and something like that. It's really good, full of twists and turns, and I also love the Greek mythology in it. I think it's pretty educational for kids who are into that kind of history kind of stuff. It's pretty good. The book is good. It has action. Some of the characters are really likable, and yeah, I overall really enjoyed it. Yeah, but I really didn't like the movie. Yeah, the movie adaptation of it is not that good at all. It's pretty bad. In 7th place, it is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Basically tells the story of Greg Heffley, who is new to middle school, and it basically talks about like his experiences there and all of the shenanigans he gets up to into his day-to-day life with his family, his brothers, his best friend Rowley. And they're very funny. They're full of laughs. This is definitely more of a comedy book than the previous entries were all fantasy. This is kind of more of a comedy, kind of, and it isn't really fantastical. Like there aren't really any magical elements to the book. It's written by Jeff Kinney, and it's full of like very funny drawings and stuff. Like I really like the art style, very fun, and it has that lovely cartoony feeling to it. I really like this book. Like I said, it's funny, and the characters are also very relatable. That's another reason why I like this book. And the film adaptation of it, unlike Percy Jackson, is really good. It remains faithful to the book. Very good. In sixth place, we have A Series of Unfortunate Events, the sixth book, The Earthsat's Elevator. Now, you're probably wondering why did I pick the sixth book? Well, it's because there's a very good twist, like, towards the climax. It was really unexpected. I didn't expect it at all. And I also thought this one was just iconic. Like, honestly, I think it had, like, personally, the best jokes, and I liked the setting of it being in, like, this rich, fancy apartment and stuff. The other books in the series are definitely good, don't get me wrong, and the TV show by Netflix is also really good. I recommend you to check it out. But this one is just my favorite because of the twist and just the setting. I like the setting of it. Yeah, my personal favorite is probably the second. Why would you say that? Because it has a bunch of reptiles in it. Oh, that's pretty good. In fifth place, we have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Now, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I love pretty much anything Harry Potter. And the first book is. Well, it probably wouldn't be my favorite in the series. My favorite would probably be Prisoner of Azkaban, but it is still in one of my top 100 favorite books of all time. It's an amazing introduction to the series, and all of the characters are just so memorable. I love the magic in it. I really wish I was Harry Potter in real life. He's so lucky. I'm kind of jealous of him, honestly. But there's a lot of fantastical elements to it, and I think it's probably one of my favorite fantasy books of all time. It's just iconic. And yeah, the movie as well, amazing. I watch it like every Christmas. It's just a really fun book full of magic, the characters in it, and I thank J.K. Rowling for writing it. In fourth place, we have Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, it doesn't really need an introduction, honestly. It's a classic. There's no denying that. It's probably Roald Dahl's best book. It's probably my favorite Roald Dahl book. It's just amazing. The characters, like I said, just like Harry Potter, the characters in it are very memorable. My favorite character probably would be the Oompa Loompas because I dressed up as one in Halloween when I was younger, but still really fun. The book itself, the story is just iconic, like, finding the golden tickets, going into the factory, going through all the rooms and stuff. The kid characters are also very funny. Augustus Gloop falling into the river still gets me every time. It's overall just a really fun book for kids, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was a first read for many children. It's certainly iconic. Like I said, probably Roald Dahl's most famous story. Probably his best one, in my opinion. But yeah. My one is probably Matilda. Well, that's because you're a Matilda, duh. In third place, we have one of my sister's personal favorite stories. So this is a change of pace. So, one of my sister's favorite stories is The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. So basically, The Cat in the Hat tells the story of two children who are bored on a rainy day, and a giant cat comes to entertain them with a bunch of games and stuff. He lets out two things, they cause chaos in the house, and eventually the kids have to clean it up before their mom comes home. It's a simple story, but then again, it doesn't really have to be that complicated. It has rhymes in it and stuff, and it's really, really fun. The illustrations are fun, and I think it's overall, once again, and I think it's a book that a lot of kids probably would have read on their first read. It's really, really fun. I think it's just a lot of fun generally. Yeah, fun is probably the best way to describe the book. Though, in fairness, there is a film adaptation of The Cat in the Hat, but I haven't watched it. In second place, we have Gangsta Granny by David Walliams. Okay, Gangsta Granny tells the story of this boy named Ben who has to go to his grandmother's house every weekend or something because his parents are out doing ballroom dancing. They're a tad bit neglectful, honestly, but basically Ben is left alone with his grandmother and he soon realizes that she's this like like this jewel thief who steals jewels from like various locations, and but the one jewel that she hasn't gotten yet are the crown jewels in the Tower of London. So the whole book then becomes like this heist to get the crown jewels, and it's actually pretty funny. Though I will admit the ending is a bit emotional. Like, I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't read the book, but it does actually get pretty emotional towards the end. And yeah, it has funny. It kind of it's kind of a nice balance between humor and heart, and I think in this book, David Walliams manages to balance it pretty well. I think this is honestly better than some of his more later books. I think I find some of the later books lean a bit too much into the comedy angle, but this one actually does find the perfect balance between humor and heart. So therefore, I really enjoyed this one. And my number one most favorite book is Charlotte's Web. Yep, this is my favorite book. I know some of you probably weren't expecting this to be my favorite, but deep down, this is probably my favorite, probably my favorite book of all time. Like the best book in my opinion. So Charlotte's Web tells the story of this pig named Wilbur. He gets adopted by this girl. I think she's called like Fern or something, and basically he becomes her pet for a while until he's taken to a farm where he meets a bunch of other farm animals. Though he's very lonely since he doesn't have any friends there. So then this spider named Charlotte arrives and she decides to be his friend. But conflict arises when the animals start talking about how Wilbur is going to be cooked for Christmas, basically. Pretty uncomfortable there. But Charlotte comes up with a plan in order to save Wilbur from being killed. And basically, it goes something like she writes like sentences on her web to convince people to believe that Wilbur's amazing. And that's basically it. The ending, much like in Gangsta Granny, the ending in this book is also pretty emotional. Like I said, I probably won't spoil it, but if you've read the book, you know what I mean by the ending being emotional and all of that. I think I read this book and another one at the same time. I think it was like this and another book called Bridge to Terabithia, both of which were very emotional. But Charlotte's Web still has a special place in my heart because I remember reading it when I was super young and also watching the film adaptation and loving both to bits. Wilbur, my favourite character. Yeah, definitely. The story is full of heart, but it also has a bunch of, like, fun characters in it too, and it's just a very poignant story. Like, that's all I can really say about it. I really liked Charlotte, even though I don't usually like spiders. Yeah, so I suppose this book is probably the best way to stop fearing spiders, I suppose. Because the spider's a good guy here and not a bad guy, you know? All good. And just like that, that ends episode 5 of Todd Talks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, I'll be able to make more episodes in the future. And I will give thanks to my sister for joining me this time. No worries, guys. See you soon. Yeah, no worries. So yeah. See you next time. Bye.